All right, I'm still watching the show, and that woman is speaking again. Now they're asking questions, okay? And I think what she has to say is very interesting. I'm going to play it. Here we go.
First to you, Sredamani, you mentioned your dad is, you said, in his 80s,
Right.
and he has been pulled off of lines at airports,
He has.
and that obviously being a case of a profile. I want to know, in what way does your dad, other than the fact that he's a Muslim, fit the profile of terrorist? How does that make sense?
He's got visa stamps from Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, Jordan. So we've got travel through some of these nations that are problematic. And I think basically the idea that we have a religion that characterizes all of the attacks that we've talked about. I mean, I'm really glad that Michael, Deborah, and Hassan chronicled for us who the attackers have been. Because what is the one distinguishing characteristic of all of them? They've been Muslim. I mean, we cannot deny that fact. We don't pretend to have the answers on how we're going to profile well. This is something that we have to identify. But the truth is that if we exclude religion and religiosity and interpretation of religion in our assessment of risk, as is done to my father, then we are not being honest about the threat as it exists today.
Obviously, and we all know that your father wasn't a threat, but did it make any sense that day at the airport to pull him off the line, given his age?
Does it make any sense what we're doing with the pat downs? What was happening, I think, is that we've got this very impractical approach to security at airports right now. And what I really believe we need to do is get a more common sense approach. We need to really look at who the adversary is and be very realistic about those type of individuals. And so my dad may not fit because also there is, as Deroy mentioned in the research, a clear age in which the threat has been coming from, the age from about 20 to 30. I would love to, if I could, ask a question
Sure.
to Hassan. Hassan, I was really glad that you mentioned the RAND report. Hassan, what did the report establish related to the ethnicities of the individuals?
They have chronicled, in some cases, people who were radicalized within the US and someone who is born and raised here. For instance, I am no more interested in the ethnic background of that person who's born and raised here, who's equal right to be American or not.
But it's
So,
really interesting
how is that
because
relevant?
it's really interesting because I really recommend Hassan's book, which is Drift into Extremism, which chronicles incredibly the militancy inside of Pakistan. And in fact, in this RAND report, what they established was very clear ethnic groups from which, unfortunately, this radicalism has emerged. And what are those nations? Pakistan, Yemeni, Jordanian, Egyptian, Iraqi, Lebanese, Palestinian origin. And what connects them? Islam. I mean, it is a sad reality, but unfortunately, these boys, our lost sons.
Let me let your opponent, Michael Chertoff, respond to
All right, I'm going to pause it. This lady is full of common sense, and I think this is great that somebody's actually speaking like this, because these stupid, jaded, this white guy is fucking, he's candy coating everything. But the Muslim woman is actually looking at things realistically. She's saying that we have to use common sense and look at this. This is a great show. I think I'm going to continue watching it. If I see anything else that's worthy of viewing, I'll put it up here. Again, use your brain. Don't fucking flame me on this shit for posting this. This is on Bloomberg, okay? Take it up with Bloomberg if you don't like what I'm posting here.